All right, team, listen up. Welcome to the training ground. Today, we are not just studying, we are training. We're going to completely transform how you read for your exams by treating it like the high-stakes sport it really is. Let's get your playbook for success built.
So let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You're putting in the hours, right? You're reading every single chapter. But when those grades come back, they just don't match the work you put in. I get it. You're not alone. But the secret? It's not about working harder. It's about training smarter.
So, here's the bottom line. If you want championship-level results, you need a championship game plan. We're going to stop just, studying and start training with a playbook that's designed to help you totally dominate your reading material. Okay, let's dive right in with our first phase, the pre-game warm-up. Just like on the field, what you do before the main event even starts. Well, that can be the difference between winning and losing. Preparation is everything.
Think about it for a second. A star quarterback doesn't just run out and start throwing Hail Marys. No way. They warm up their arm, they study the defense. Jumping into a really dense chapter cold, that's like trying to sprint 100 meters without stretching first. Your brain needs a minute to get activated and ready to really absorb information.
So, here are your 3 essential warm-up drills. First up, preview the field. That just means scanning the titles and headings to get the lay of the land. Second, recall past plays. Ask yourself, what do I already know about this? Connecting new information to old knowledge is absolutely crucial for memory. It gives the new facts a place to stick. And finally, set your goal. Before you even start, know exactly what you need to get out of this chapter. All right, warm-up is over. Now we're in the game. This is where we start running the specific plays that break down the text itself. Let's open up that playbook. Our first, and maybe most fundamental play, is called marking the playbook. This is all about your annotation strategy. See, a passive reader just lets the words fly by. A pro actively engages with the text, marking it up to control the flow of information.
Now, effective annotation is not about coloring the whole page yellow. The goal is to highlight only the main ideas and the really crucial arguments. But what's even more important is using those margins. Write down questions you have, connect ideas, maybe summarize a tough concept in your own words. This is what turns reading from a spectator sport into a full contact activity.
Great players don't just react, they anticipate. This next play is all about recognizing the other team's formation. When you can identify how a text is structured, you can predict the author's moves and understand their game plan so much more easily.
And once you know what to look for, I promise you'll start seeing these formations everywhere. Is the author explaining some kind of domino effect? That's cause and effect. Are they laying out an issue and then proposing a fix? That's problem and solution. Recognizing these patterns helps you organize the information in your head as you're reading. It's a game changer.
Okay, this one is your offensive strategy. Don't just sit back and absorb information. Challenge it. Asking questions while you read is like finding the weak spots in the defense. Ask yourself, what's the main point here? What evidence actually supports this claim? Is this author biased? Questioning keeps your mind sharp and focused on what really matters.
The clock's run out. You finished the chapter, but guess what? The game isn't over, not even close. The real learning, the kind that actually sticks, that happens now, in the post-game analysis. It's time to review the game tape. Seriously, think about it. The best teams in any sport spend hours reviewing game footage. That's where the real improvement happens. For us, that just means taking a few crucial moments after we read to process and solidify what we've learned. This is the step most people skip, and honestly, it's why so much information just doesn't stick around. And here is a fantastic structured drill for that analysis, the 1-3-1 breakdown. It's simple. First, can you state the single main idea of what you just read, but in your own words? Next, can you list 3 key pieces of evidence or examples that support that main idea? And finally, can you wrap it all up in one powerful concluding thought? If you can do this, you truly own the material. So we've got the plays, but plays are pretty useless without practice, right? This last section is all about turning these strategies into automatic, championship-level habits that you can execute under pressure when exam day comes. This really lays it all out, the difference between an amateur and a pro. The amateur reads passively, maybe checks their phone a few times, and then closes the book the second they're done. The pro, and that's you now, reads actively, analyzes the structure, and always finishes with a post-game review. It's a total shift in your whole approach. So how do you build these habits? Through consistent, daily drills. And look, it only takes 5 minutes. Seriously. Each day, just take one short article, or even just a complex paragraph, and run the plays we've talked about. Warm up, annotate, and do a quick analysis. This small, daily effort is what builds the mental muscle you need for game day.
So there it is. That's your new game plan. These strategies aren't complicated, but they are absolutely the difference between a good effort and a great grade. You have the playbook. Now it's time to get off the sidelines and start training for the win.